Yes. Punching In Podcast, Episode 6, The Kid Wave, Javon, whatever you want to call me. We back in. Turn this off real quick. Hey, it's a bunch of shit on the docket today. If I can really say. Um, I don't even know where to start for real. But, I talked to y'all for a little bit before we, kick things off. I'm not gonna say that things have been. I'm not gonna say that things have been peachy with getting this thing on the road, but all I can really say is I'm trying, especially with a whole bunch of other shit that I got going on in life right now. It's kind of a lot to be able to muster up the courage to be able to not even to basically gather yourself to be able to do this kind of stuff, and it's not the easiest. Sometimes it's ups and downs. I'm pretty sure y'all know what's going on with that. I mean, it's nothing that I can't turn around. It's just in due time, really. Getting a better setup, getting a clearer camera for everybody to be able to see me, mic, etc. But despite that, I start off. It's been a fucking week for not even a week. It's been a month for combat sports recently. Honestly, MMA has been on a hot streak. It's still the beginning of the year. You're still in the first quarter. And the fucking matchups that have been announced have been ridiculous. And it's been so much. Just even this past weekend, it's been so much. This past 2 weekends, I would say. We got us fresh coming off of the UFC 298. I mean, Hermanson and Pfeiffer as well. We could start off with Hermanson and Pfeiffer. I thought that was kind of it was a real test for Joe Pfeiffer, and it kind of showed that realistically, middleweight is stacked, and middleweight is more stacked than anybody could really realize right now. Right now, it's a real tough division, and I don't think that there's not one fighter that can really buzz through that division. It's too much well-rounded niggas in the division right now to be able to get through them like that. I mean, there's so many names, but Joe Pfeiffer, I like his attitude. Philly dude, he's a brawler. He's tough. I mean, he trains with Jeremiah Wells. He's a tough fighter himself. You can compare their styles. They have similar styles in a way, but I don't know. In that fight, man, it just seemed like Hermanson was kind of on a. I don't know. His stock kind of went. It kind of teetered because at one point he was the dark horse of the division, and then he seemed to just get bad matchups and niggas smoked him, and it just kind of sent his stock down. But him being able to get a guy like Pfeiffer out of there, not even really out of there, but being able to catch the decision on him and to be able to outpace him throughout the whole fight, it just shows that there's still some work to be done with Joe Pfeiffer. Although he's a good fighter, but Hermanson won that by decision round 5, and it seemed like everybody had Pfeiffer winning the fight. It seemed that's how you see it. People quickly wrote off Jack Hermanson. The co-main was fucking Dan Ige and Andre Fili, which, I mean, $50K for a reason. The kid hands is there. Certain divisions, these certain guys are just nice, and it just shows that these divisions are just fucking stacked, man. Because they put them up against other niggas and they get dominated. It just shows. I think Ige still has the skills to be able to get up to the top 10. I think Ige still has the skills to get to the belt. It's just a matter of how he gets there. Well, especially with a power puncher as a champion in that division, and fucking and Ilia Topuria, you know, styles contrast. I mean, both boxing heavy guys, and he I think he have a shot. It's just a matter of whether he can get there or not. Shout out to 50K. He caught the nice KO. You got Robert Bicek going against Ihor Potieria. Ihor Potieria got the dub on that. Good fucking fight between Brad Tavares and Gregory Rodriguez. RoboCop. That was fire. That was a fire fight, and Rodriguez caught the knockout. Tavares is good, man. It gets a bad hand, man. And then Michael fucking Johnson going against Darius Flowers. I think this was a tune-up for Johnson to get his shit right because he's on the skid and he needs to get his career together. It's kind of looking bad for him. I ain't gonna lie. 23-19 record is kind of looking crazy, man. I mean, I don't know. Darius Flowers, that was supposed to be his shot to be able to make a name off of him, but Johnson wasn't going for it. It's crazy because my man Jose, he said that he should retire. I'm like, I don't know about him retiring. He just needs to get right. I think whether it's a change in scenery, a change in coaching, I don't know. But it's definitely something that he needs to do to change his outcome of what he got going on. And then Adolfo Vieira going against Arman Petrosian. He got the submission in the first. And Vieira, come on, Vieira is a problem. He kind of was starting to, I guess he was able to overcome his skid, his losing skid that he was on, because a couple of niggas got him out of there, especially Fluffy. Fluffy's tapped him out. And Fluffy's a lower ranked belt than him. It's crazy. Let's see. After that, we have UFC 298. It's Volkanovski and Topuria. Hell of a fucking card, man. Hell of a card. That place is ridiculous. See, I got the. Shout out to my brother CJ. I got the, you know what I'm saying, poster and shit. Fire. It's fire event. I fucked with it. It was an up and down kind of thing for me. Because in one breath, I respect the kid Volkanovski and what he's done at 145 pounds. And I would be a fool to sit here and say that, just to count him out going into this would be, but I also know going into it that him coming off of how his last two went and him getting knocked out with a head kick, that this was maybe not the best time for him to take this fight. I think he should have had more time on his hands to be able to gather himself. Because, I mean, come on, man. We've seen what Topuria does to niggas. He knocks niggas out. His hands is lethal. The only thing that's making me kind of turning me off to Topuria is that he's kind of coming off very like McGregorish. It's like, you can be likable, man. You don't gotta sell your fights. You don't gotta come off like that, man. But what the fuck would I know, huh? So really, you can go down the card. Really, what it is it was fun to me. Started off with Miranda Maverick going against Andrea Lee. Competitive fucking fight. Andrea Lee needed that dub. I'm not gonna lie to you. Miranda Maverick got it. She was ahead of her grappling. It kind of seemed like her grappling was a little too much for Lee to handle. And I remember a lot of the time that she spent a lot of time in the guard, and it was kind of like she really didn't know how to maneuver through it, But I'll also say, in the same breath, though, Andrea Lee is a hell of a fighter. She has heart. I am eager to see what does happen for her in her career going forward, and we'll see who's her next matchup. You never know. You got Oban Elliott versus Val Woodburn. Shout out Val, man. I fuck with Val. Val trains out of Fusion Excel out of here in Orlando, and this is his second fight. Last one he was against Bo Nickel, and that didn't really work too well for him. But well, we'll say the kid got heart, and the kid can fight, man. That's just what it is, and it's the UFC. It's the hardest fucking. It's one of the hardest fight organizations in the fucking world. Like this, it's a reason why fighters fluctuate through this organization the way they do, because it's really these niggas really do fish out for the best competition. Open Elliott, he got rocked in the first, and Val, that's what I'm saying. And Val, with the right fight, if he catches somebody, he could put the lights out. He can cut their electricity off. But it just seems like when he gets him, he cracks him, he gets a little excited. He needs to learn how to dial back and try to find the shot. Open Elliott got the dub, won that by decision. His grappling was able to nullify anything that Val did. Once Val started to gas out, that was up from there. But shout out to him, still decent showing, and respect to Open Elliott getting the dub. And then the last in the early prelims was Danny Barlow and Josh Quinlan. That fight was fucking crazy, and Danny Barlow is like a fucking madman in there. When he's fishing, when he smells blood, he's trying to find the fucking finish. He's a fucking monster, like a shark in water, because he was trying to get that man. He was basically trying to running to try to catch that man with shots. He beat the shit out of him, straight up. Quinlan showed a nice first, and then the second he started to kind of tether down. And then by the third, it was like, oh, this nigga's violent, and he got stopped. Barlow stopped him. And Barlow stopped him bad. Like, it was crazy. They had the prelim card was decent too. You have this new light heavyweight Asian, this Chinese light heavyweight. Let me not even say that. Excuse me. Chinese light heavyweight named Zhang Mingyang, who caught the fucking crazy knockout on a Brazilian. And right now we need more light heavyweights right now in the division. Make that division. If he can keep his name up, and he talk too, and he's not no like he's modernized here, so he know how to talk and shit. He could be a problem. I'm curious to see how his career progresses as well, because when he caught that knockout on Sunday and he got on the mic, he riled the crowd up, and you already know that's what Dana looks for. He looks for that type of enthusiasm out of the fighters. You got after that, Rinya Nakamura going against Carlos Vera. Rinya Nakamura, who is coming off of the road to UFC tournament. Good, hell of a fighter, hella good grappling acumen. It seemed to me that Vera couldn't stop the takedown. He was all over him. And at 135, I can see Nakamura climbing his way. Y'all remember, we going into a new decade, and it's new dudes coming up, and not gonna lie, a lot of people at 135 right now, a lot of them on their way out anyway. So we need some new fighters to come in, and he's one of them right now. Oh man, the heavyweight fight after that was Marcos Rogerio de Lima going against fucking Junior Taffa. He's supposed to go against Justin Taffa, but then Junior stepped in for him. Taffa brothers. I fuck with the Taffa brothers, tough dudes. De Lima caught the fucking. He got him up out of there just off the sheer leg kicks. He was fucking his legs up. It was quick too. It was by the second round he got him up out of there. And then the main prelim of this card was the fucking The main prelim was Amanda Lemos and Mackenzie Dern. Amanda Lemos put a whooping on that woman. I think Lemos might have whipped her ass more than anybody. I think there's no. It's hard to say because you had the Andrade knockout. I don't know. Right now, it's not looking sweet for Mackenzie Dern right now. She's facing super adversity. Um, I don't know what the fuck is going on with her camp. I don't know why she's not tracing. I don't know why she's not training with Jason Perillo. It's a big problem. She needs him bad, bad. Because when she was with him, her striking was like her striking against Angie Hill. She needs to get back to that bag. Because I don't know what the fuck happened. Amanda Lemos whooped her ass for 3 rounds convincingly. Like Jesus. Then you have the main fucking card. Main card full of big fucking energy. It's such a good card, yo. Such a good card to me. I don't know. I can't speak for anybody else. Anthony Hernandez, Roman Kopylov. The crowd was on fucking fire. Straight up. Kopylov coming off of a streak that he was kind of running through niggas, but Fluffy was like, hold on here. And that's what I said. I said, I like Kopylov, but Fluffy might, I don't know. And Fluffy stopped this man. Choke. Choke. We're naked. I don't know, man. That was nuts. It's just nuts. He got him up out of there. I ain't gonna lie. He got him. Rob Davalos really after that going against Henry Sue fucking Hudo. I don't know. Henry went out like a hamburger. And he did all of this. This is what I think kills me about Cejudo. Cejudo sat around. Not even that he sat around. He went. I'm not gonna shit on the kid. At the end of the day, he's a fucking legend. Two-time champ, 2-time champion. I give him all the credit in the world. But to go about it how he did and retire in the fucking prime years of his fighting years, to be able to sit around and just pass critique on everybody else that was fighting, and then shitting on Izzy, shitting on this, and then openly saying like, I'm just shitting on this guy. I don't really like. He's a cornball to me. And then you turn around, you come back, you get a title opportunity off the green, you look bad in there. You turn around, you get another scrap, you're losing now. But then you want niggas to have some kind of sympathy or compassion for you. Nah. It's not. You can't like the Wendy Williams shit. You can't be nasty to people and shit on motherfuckers and do heinous shit to people and be an asshole and be a prick to people for however long you feel like you've been wanting to do it. I can't really say he's on Wendy's level of doing things, but like Wendy's been doing this shit for about 20 years now. Everybody wants to have some compassion. Let me not go on from the tangent about that. I'll talk to y'all about that another time. But my point is, you can't throw stones from a glass house. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like Cejudo is kind of out of here. They're saying that he's not going to retire, but I don't know what the fuck happens for him. Marab whooped on him like it was nothing. He got lucky with a nice cross in the first round. Don't get me wrong, but then Marab ate that shit like it was nothing, and then went right back to whipping his ass. Takedown after takedown after takedown, to the point that he hit him with a fucking Matt Hughes carry over the shoulder, and like, come on, man. Like, y'all niggas wild. I respect Marab. There's no ducking him. And y'all gotta get right. It's just what it come down to. Hell of a fight though. Ian Gary, Jeff Neal. Ian Gary did it. He looked good. Not gonna lie, what he was supposed to do. But he didn't know. He didn't do anything that no different than what Sean Strickland would have did. Step back, jab, knee to the body. He just fought on the defense the whole fight. Um, I don't really see that there was any time that he was really looking to put Jeff Neal in any danger. Although Jeff Neal was looking, Jeff Neal was digging. Jeff Neal was digging to get on the inside and all types of shit, and it was tough. It was tough for Jeff Neal. But I'll say he'll look better his next, and whoever, God bless to whoever fights Jeff Neal next, because he's gonna fuck them up. Especially like only reason why he really couldn't. And this Gary was being elusive, so this was kind of making it hard for him to be able to engage and throw any combos and shit. And I mean, I think that's what he should have did. I mean, Saif, so you was saying that he should have basically found more combos, angles and combos. But you know, I think they run that back. I wouldn't mind them running that back in a different kind of time frame. Then after that, you had what? The co-main event, right? And that's Paulo Costa and Rob fucking Whittaker. The Reaper strikes again, man. I like Borrachina, but he's always entertaining. Don't get me wrong. Costa's always entertaining when he fights. Just Rob was just ahead, man. Just Rob. Rob was ahead, man. The jab, the lunge of the jab, it was too much. That wheel kick though, that shit almost caught him and it scared the shit out of me because I was like, holy shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that nigga was gonna get fucking put from that shit, but Robert was able to face adversity and get through that. And by the third round, he was all over Costa. And then he hit that patent the 1-2 high kick. You gotta respect Robert Whittaker, man. You know, he's at the top for a reason. He's one of those dudes that's gonna remain at the top of that division for a reason. It's just what it comes down to. Then we got the main event. Volkanovski, Topuria. Topuria gets the fucking KO in the second round. Alright. Like I said before, I respect him. I respect Volk. But it was too early, man. It was dangerous. This was too much of a dangerous fight for him to take, man. It was too dangerous. He should have let us some time, kind of. I don't know, man. But that's those cards, you know. Those are two fun cards. I ain't gonna lie. Gary, some footballs I do have on the docket was definitely that Ian Gary calls out Colby Covington. I don't know how that fight goes. Only because I say Colby's style is kryptonite for that kickboxing style, and that's Gary's bag. But Gary's also good being able to grapple. So that'd be a competitive fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know about him retiring him though. I don't know what goes on, but Colby doesn't seem like he's trying to fight nowadays anyway. So it's kind of really hard to even gauge that. Really. I really don't know what's next for Robert Whittaker. Robert Whittaker is kind of in a compromising spot right now because he's still, you know, alright, I'm not gonna lie, one fight that would interest me, possibly him fighting Khamzat. Or him running it back with. It's just what I'm saying. It puts him in a compromising spot because you got Dricus du Plessis as the champion. You got Strickland that wants a rematch. Adesanya that wants a rematch, or Adesanya wants a shot back at his belt, and then you got fucking you got this guy Whitaker, the Reaper, who wants to get his name back in there too, and who also wants to get a rematch against Dricus Duplessis, who has a fucking finish on him. And there's not many niggas that have a finish. The only nigga that got a finish on Robert Whitaker is Israel Adesanya. So I don't know how this goes. I really don't know. I mean, in a nutshell, you could do, and you got scary ass Kamzat coming up right behind. I don't know, man. I don't know. You got many ways that you could book. I think personally, I'll say, if I put some thought to it, I would probably put Whitaker against Strickland. The winner of that gets the shot at Duplessis, and then Adesanya returns, gets the. I mean, they already said that he's returning against Kamzat, so I guess the winner between him and Kamzat, they get a title shot, or whoever wins against Duplessis out of the winner of Strickland and Whitaker. That's probably the only way that they can really make it go. But right now, I don't see nobody taking the belt off of Dricus Duplessis right now. They're gonna have to do some fucking work. I don't know. Other things that got on the docket. We got. We could talk about that. This Brock Lesnar fucking Vince McMahon thing. Apparently there's been some fucking scandal going on in the WWE with this guy Vince doing some real heinous, nasty man things. Some real fucking salacious behavior going on. But I will say though, it just shows the irony of, you can't have all this power and think you can do what the fuck you want. You think everything is gonna be able to get brushed under. Look, what's done in the dark definitely gonna come in the light, man. Come on. But it's crazy because now they say that Brock Lesnar is being involved in it, and now he's kind of being Chris Benoit out of the history of WWE, which is crazy. Which is crazy because all he did was just that's nuts. I ain't really gonna, really get too deep into it. All I know is that that's really some real ill shit. I don't know how the fuck they getting through that. On last week on Raw, Monday Night Raw last week, they had Michael Chandler up there. I guess he called out Conor McGregor to hurry up and fight, and that brings me to what the fuck is gonna happen with that. I don't know. Cause it's looking real fucking weird. How long are you gonna put this fight off for? I mean, come on, man. Y'all kind of killing me. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. And that's what kind of makes me think now. They were saying that this fight was going to happen at middleweight. Now it's not. I don't know what. They need to get this shit together, because it's going to drive you to a point that nobody's going to give a fuck about when the fight happens now. And then when you announce it, everybody's going to say, let's see if it happens. It's going to end up being like a Tony Khabib kind of thing, and they don't want that kind of shtick over it. So they need to just, because nobody knows whether Conor's going to fight or not. You got and this guy's now doing a whole press run for movies. You still got the liquor to promote. The liquor is obviously doing well. Come on, man. The guy's transcended MMA at this point, man. He's a businessman, and you gotta respect the guy in his business venture. This is what it comes down to, for real. A lot of people are talking about also that there's a lot of bias coming off of DC and Joe Rogan when it comes to the commentary. I don't know. Half of the time, sometimes I really be too immense into the fight to really be paying attention to exactly what it is that they're saying. So I don't know. That's something maybe I'll have to keep my eye on a little more when I do watch, or maybe when I run back some fights, I probably try to keep my ears peeled for it. But I don't know. Sometimes I really don't really notice it. Maybe that's me. I don't know. I don't know. And then I got one more thing on the docket. Now, a couple more things I'll say is you got Clarissa Shields saying that she can beat Keith Thurman. I don't know about that, especially with how that fucking training footage went out with her getting cracked by that guy. Ugh, I don't know how that works. I really don't know how that works. I think she should just be humble, calm down. What I will say is that I spent this past day actually. I was up since like 2 a.m. of last night. I was trying to catch up on a bunch of MMA content and stuff. I definitely was able to tune into Moreno and Royval too. I like to run through that real quick for y'all. It was really a quick card. It was fun though. Mexico City, high energy, high fucking event, high elevation too. you got you got Royval getting the dub over Moreno, which kind of makes him now 1-1 now. So they definitely got to run it back one more time. I don't know when or how, but they definitely got to run it back one more time. Brian Ortega getting the dub over Yair Rodriguez, in which he fucking needed the dub. Like, he definitely needed that dub. That's not even bullshit. Hell of a fight though. I think Yair having his family there definitely wasn't the best recipe for her to win. Ortega got he got the choke. Yeah, and he kind of almost was trying to kill him. Because fucking Mark Goddard had to pull his ass off him. He was like, oh shit, you realize he was kind of ODing. But you got that. You got Daniel Hoover getting the win against Francisco Prado. He looked amazing. Just keeping a reach and just keeping a reach in the fight, man. Backing up, straight up, teep kicks, body kicks, finding the body kick when you needed, finding the head kick when you needed, keeping him back, keeping him at bay with the jab. Beautiful footwork. It was a hell of a performance. And Francisco Prado, he still showed heart. Still as an underdog trying to get the dub. Yasmin Haragui getting the dub over Sam Hughes. She looked good. That Sam Hughes was kind of on her ass in the third round, so it was kind of hard to really gauge how they kind of fully give the fight to Yasmin Haragui. He was kind of controversial, I'll say. Manuel Torres getting the submission win over Chris Duncan with a fucking flash. Manuel Torres is a problem. He's going to be a problem. And certain Mexican fighters are going to be a problem in the UFC. Let's be clear. Raoni Barcelos gets the dub over Christian Quiones. His submission went at 3 minutes and 2 seconds. 2 minutes and 4 seconds, excuse me. And then one controversial fight that I really would say, he had Jesus Aguilar getting the win over Mateus Mendonça. I don't even fucking pronounce it. I think it's Mendonça, but I had Mendonça winning that fight. I don't know how they give that to Aguilar, but I guess Edgar Chairez got the dub over Daniel De Silva. Chairez he looked good. He got the submission win in the first round. Fares Ziam going against Claudio Puelles. Hell of a fight. Ziam got the dub. Ziam, when he's on. He's gonna definitely be a popular lightweight too. I would like to see him go against Manuel Torres next. That'd be a fire fight. And then Luis Rodriguez going against Dennis Bondar. Got the dub over him. Submission round 2. We had controversial fight in my opinion. You had Altamirano going against Dos Santos. They gave the fight to Dos Santos, but I had Altamirano. So it's, let me make it real. It's real. Always controversy on these cards. You know how it goes. You have Eric Silva going against Muhammad Naimov, and that was KO. Quick KO by Naimov. He got him up out of there. But it was no. I don't even think it was a quick KO. I think he might have injured him or something like that. Something like that. No. I'm thinking. I think he might have went for a leg kick and he might have injured himself or something like that. It was quick like that, and people, they kind of brushed on to the next fight. They also had the Bellator and PFL event that happened today too, and that was fun. I liked it. A lot of this shit was kind of weird though. I'll run through that real quick for y'all. Too much going on with that. Was in prelims there. Prelims they had Clarissa Shields fight, which I didn't even know. Going into it, Clarissa Shields she looked good. She looked good to me, but there's some things that she can still work on. Grappling and jiu-jitsu definitely, because it seems like she's just wet blanket when she's on the fucking floor. There's really no like submission attempts or anything. I'm trying to get out of the submission or get change guard or nothing. I don't know. She needs some more work. Biagio Ali Walsh got the win over Emmanuel Palacio. Ali Walsh is still one to keep the eye on. I'm not gonna lie. Aaron Pico beat Henry Corrales. Agent McKee defeated Clay Collard. Got him up out of there fast. Agent McKee is a problem. It's crazy that all niggas that went out of Bellator that went to UFC MVP, but I feel like AJ McKee should have went to the UFC as well, because that would have been fucking nuts. Joel Romero defeated Thiago Santos. That amazing fucking fight. Romero is 46 years old. He still looks like a god in there. He cracked him with a crazy ass overhand. Still able to move his hand. Like he's nice, man. There's really no real explanation behind it. He's just a freak of nature. You have Vadim Nemkov getting the win over Bruno Capolaza by submission in round 2. Vadim Nemkov, another one of them guys. Jason Jackson, the fucking rude boy, got the win over Ray Cooper. He's a problem, man. He's a problem. And Johnny fight of the night, in my opinion, Johnny Eblen against Impa Kasagane, and Impa was right there. Impa was right there. Going into it, I thought that Impa won. I thought Impa won it. That fight was close, and they need to definitely run it fucking back. And then you got Helen Ferrer going against Brian Bader, and he cleared him. And now Ferrer goes against Francis Ngannou. So it's that's what it is. It's been real dope though. They got some real fights coming up, and we still coming up on what next weekend we got Shamil Gaziev going against Jairzinho Rosenstrike. A lot of people are shitting on the card, but I think it might be something. You never know. A lot of the sleeper cards are always the fun ones. They definitely announced Devin Haney and fucking Ryan Garcia for April 20th, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. There's some shit going on, folks. There's some shit going on. They got some shit going on, man. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. We just gotta keep, we just gotta buckle up, because right after that fight night, we got UFC 299. We got Cheeto and O'Malley too. So I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's been a fun one. It's been a real one. And it's been a good one. Punchin In Podcast, episode 6. Like, comment, subscribe. Holla at the kid on Twitter. Real Young Wave. You already know. Punchin In.